The most underground thing you'll watch that's completely illegal. Now airing on pay-per-view. Come watch it. The ratings are through the roof. Deadlocked. Oh yeah. Who doesn't like a bit of Gladiator in their morning coffee? Ratchet Deadlocked was an action-dipped platformer released in late 2005 as something that promised to bring even more shooter elements into the series than years before. The game was released just a hair shy of the Xbox 360's debut in North America and appeared to be an attempt to steal the show. The original Xbox brought a rise to the online console shooter scene and promised even bigger things with the next console's platform. Everyone wanted a piece of the pie, and this game wasn't much different. This was the first game in the series not to feature Clank's namesake in the title, and much like the title of the game, its recipe is different at its core too. Hardcore. This is not the game you're used to. The historically large open worlds and rich landscapes have since been replaced by short, drab, industrialized manufacturing places. The intro to the game seems promising. Seems like we might have some depth. And then everything stops making sense. All the heroes in the universe are getting kidnapped. Let me say that again. All of the heroes are getting kidnapped. What the f***? And they're all forced to play this Hunger Games style tournament for their freedom and fame. They have to make it through gladiator style challenges, all while it's being broadcasted as the most popular show in the galaxy. Yet it's also the most underground network out there.
He operates an underground media empire from within the shadow sector.
Okay. You've got a deadlock collar around your neck, just like in the movie Saw, and they'll detonate it if you're found to be too boring. Alright, Ratchet, fight your way through and find a way out of this mess without the evil bad man finding out. You start off the game playing pretty basic levels in an arena type format. Not too bad. This must be the tutorial, I think to myself. But then level after level, it's more of the same. All the levels are extremely short, and completing them doesn't feel like I'm making much progress. It seems like at any point in time, it's just gonna ask me to put a quarter in the slot to continue. I mean, the levels are literally called challenges. There are multiple difficulties, and the standard difficulty is far too easy. The controls, they aren't bad, they're completely workable, probably the best in the series so far. And you're given a couple robot companions off some other dead dude who doesn't need them anymore, and well, they're, they're actually okay guys. They aren't brain dead AI, and they both seem pretty helpful, and they have unique personalities. It's probably the highlight of the game. They actually kill stuff too, so it's not just, they're not just along for the ride. The UI is enjoyable and no longer looks as though BP or Exxon Mobil had an orange juice spill all over the screen. Occasionally you're slapped into a giant four-legged robot called the Leviathan. The Leviathan is forced upon you and is clunky and doesn't feel challenging at all. These levels might as well be cutscenes because they almost complete themselves and they just drag you along and you're just kind of there. Controlling the dang thing is frustrating. It's too fast to feel like a real mech and too slow to actually feel good to pilot. There's also only 10 guns in this game. Yes! Only 10 guns in a Ratchet and Clank game. You would think that a game that puts more emphasis on shooting guns would have lots of guns, but nope! They try to fix it with the weapons modification system. It's not too bad, it really isn't. Each weapon can be customized, and for the most part, they all feel useful. Each gun can be leveled up, and the weapons all have goofy names and descriptions, which is on par with the series, but you never know what you're buying. Visually, the game's, there's progressive scan. The look and the feel of the game is somewhat a mix of Gladiator, Machine Factory, previous installments, drabness, and, Okay, let's talk about Ratchet for a minute, shall we? Ratchet looks like he was, dipped into a Skulls and Flames convention. He's known for being puny and weak, yet in this game, they took every dude bro stereotype and smashed it into Ratchet's body. He looks uncharacteristic. He's got a bulkier build, and he even stands, well, the world has attachments from previous games in terms of look and feel, but it stands as one in its own. Every level feels the same though, and I don't get this sense of, oh yeah, I'm on, this planet, or, that one. It's either I'm in a gladiator pit, or I'm in a world designed around a gladiator pit. The game performs admirably for the most part. Animations feel smoother, and I didn't have any major problems playing through it. There are occasional frame rate drops, but they're mostly ignorable, and they only happen during the heaviest loads. As the game goes on, you realize that not much is changing and everyone is forgettable. I mean, I didn't get sucked into this one, at all. The dialogue is just plain bad, except for the battle robots, they're okay. The acting is pretty forced, Ratchet doesn't feel like himself, and Vox doesn't seem scary at all. The whole TV show thing just feels artificial, and yes, I know it's a fake world we're in, but I can't tell if the crowd is, are they out there in the stands? Is this through the TV? The announcers, they're here, I think. There's also a freaking robot burial ground. Zombie robots. And then Clank, he doesn't even really ever do anything. He just sits there to annoy you and tell you how to play the game. Ratchet, don't go through that door. Hugh Hefner is on the other side. Rerouting coordinates for B9. Your ship contains a mag booster. Alright, what do we got? 7.0 out of 10. C-. This game is so forgettable that it could have been taken out of the series completely and it really wouldn't matter. It's a dust collector, a game that will sit on the shelf that you forget about and don't have the urge to play ever again. And then after a while, when you want something new, it's among the batch of games that gets traded in for store credit or sold off in your local garage sale. It's as average as it gets, and it isn't making a real case for itself in the stack of games that you desperately try to get back into your collection once you're in that midlife crisis state of trying to buy your childhood back. Online gameplay might have been the saving grace, but even it too has gone to the wayside, and in the end, you probably stop playing that too. Thanks for watching, check out these other videos, and for behind the scenes clips, click on this third video.